At the start of this season, which is season number 2, the Serie A was our main challenge and our main thing that we had to go to. Last year, we fell short by 1 point to a dominating Napoli side who beat us by 7 goals to 2 in one of the occasions. We lost to them twice. They beat us twice in all the 3 losses that we had. The other team that managed to do that was Juventus, and they ended up finishing in fifth. We had a great season. Couple of draws just stopped us from winning it all, including 2 draws at San Siro in Milan. Italian Cup, which we were also aiming to win this season. The season before, we had been knocked out at the semi-final stage by Roma on a 4-3 aggregate goal. We ended up drawing 1-1 against them at home, and with that one, Roma went on to the finals, which they ended up winning by beating Inter Milan on penalties. Well, this season things have changed a little bit. We have our first draw of the Italian Cup, and we are facing Verona in the third round. Atalanta have already played Torino. It's a good draw, a nice draw, and we are back in the month of January, the 24th of January, for particularly this game. It's the mid-season, and there are always deals that I do during mid-season. But according to the way things have been in the league and the way things have been so far, I don't see any reason to change anything. So the changes that have only happened are the changes that we have had this season, and I have not made any signing, I have not made any sale, except the fact that a few of our players moved out on loan. Danilo went to PSG on loan, came back in the month of January. Yermina went to Villarreal on loan, came back in January. It was only a few months. I did not really do it well. I had played it to the end of the season, but I had only done it for half of the season. So I've taken them out on loan again. Danilo has gone to Brighton, and Yeremina has gone to Augsburg. These players, I am taking them out on loan just because I can't sign them because of the extra non-EU stuff. I can't sign them at all. In PSG, he only ended up playing 5 games in all the league games that he could have played, coming on 5 times as a substitute. That was not good. Brighton are in the championship. They came within with a loan offer. I just decided to take him out on loan. We never know. Maybe next time I will be able to sign him in the championship. I guess he can go and help Brighton to get promoted. If he can, we'll see how things will be with him when he gets there. Apart from that, I am pleased to announce that we are running away with the Serie A title. Held up this for a little bit because it came as a surprise. It is great. We have played 19 games in the league. We are halfway through the season. We have won 18, drawn none, and lost one. The only loss is the first loss of the season to Udinese, where we lost by 2 goals to 1 in the opening match day. We have scored 50 goals, conceded 19, a goal difference of 31, and we are 14 points clear of Atalanta in second. So that tells you how much I've dominated the league, and I don't see the reason to switch up my side. The team is okay. I have no problems with it. The team that was contested to rival me this season was Juventus, who are currently in fifth. As you can see, from second to sixth are only separated by 4 points. So this one is definitely a battle for second. At a point, it was from second to ninth, who were separated by 4 points. Meaning, if you were just to lose a single game, you will drop massively. Napoli, last year's champions, are definitely struggling this season, and they are not having it their way. We knew that things were going to change with the managerial changes, as Luciano Spalletti resigned last season after winning with them 1 year and 339 days, and Rudy Garcia took charge of the team after Luciano Spalletti left it. And it seems like he's not really doing a great job, the job that Spalletti did with the squad. Also, on the other side of the table, Benevento are not having it their way. They have won no games so far this season. They have drawn twice, lost 17 games, including a 4-3 loss from us, where he played a completely rotated second 11, or should I call it a third 11 team, and we still managed to beat them by 4 goals to 3 at home. So that just tells you how dominant, or the difference between the top of the table and the bottom of the table. 52 points the difference between first and 20th. Well, I'm looking at statistics. Even I myself, I don't really feel proud because of many things. Game wise, the games that we have played, we have been in a cruising winning run, including the Champions League, where we ended up finishing second, just above Borussia Dortmund on goal difference. We had a goal difference of 2, they had a goal difference of -2, and that managed to seal for us a spot in the Champions League quarterfinals. I scraped my way into the Champions League quarterfinals by a goal difference against Borussia Dortmund. It has not been that easy. Rodrigo, the top scorer. Real Madrid dominated it, even though Borussia Dortmund beat them by 3 goals to 2 at home. They couldn't manage to go through as we beat them in one fixture by 5 goals to 2. We'll just look at the results and how they've been. And also in that Champions League means that we have drawn PSG in the semi quarterfinals. Much to look at, much to talk about. The season has been interesting. Well, it's about time I begin the part where I introduce and just tell you everything that we have been doing throughout the season, everything that has been happening. A lot has changed, a lot has happened ever since we were last here. The last time we were here, it was during the season opener where we were beaten by Udinese by 2 goals to 1. The game after that, we went to Verona and Lucas Mecha with the only game goal of the game, beat them by 1 goal to 0. Today we face them again, but now in a different competition, which is the Italian Cup, because we have dominated the league. I think with a 13-14 point gap mid-season, I don't expect to drop from there, and I feel like the league, we are going to bag it. Now all my focus turns to the Italian Cup because I want to complete the domestic double this season and move on. Cagliari followed 2-1 win, Samuel Lino and Maxim Lopez with that one. I'll not be doing any highlights for these ones because there are a lot of games and I just want to go through them so that we can see what we have today and do a little bit of football for the day. Real Madrid in the first day of the Champions League, we welcomed them at home. They beat us by 2 goals to 0. Rodrigo, with the 2 goals in that game in the 37th and 88th minutes. We then traveled to Bologna. Elif Elmas with the only goal of the game to beat Bologna by 1 goal to 0. Atalanta 2 goals to 1. Lucas Mecha scoring twice and Leo Ostegard pulling one back for them. As you can see in the Serie A, after losing to Udinese, we were just starting to get our feet slowly by slowly, winning by 1 goal margins, 1 goal margins, 1 goal margins. Even Borussia Dortmund, whom we traveled to, we drew against them 1-1. This I felt was a really impressive result. Going to the Signal Iduna Park and just drawing 1-1 against Borussia Dortmund is something to be proud of. Lucas Mecha with a goal in the 60th minute to pull us a point. Another game which we won by a 1 goal margin, which was one of our last ones to win by a 1 goal margin before a good run of results, was away against Spezia. Samuel Lino, Lucas Mecha with the goals. Lucas Mecha scoring twice. Samuel Lino has settled very, very well into the squad. 9 goals, 17 appearances. I mean, it's nice we got him from Atletico. 10.5 million, I feel well spent according to the stats and where we are this season. And now his value has skyrocketed to 25 to 32 million. If I were to sell him right now, I would get more than half the money, more than twice the money I used to sign him for. An average rating of 7.09, having a really fantastic season. After the Spezia game, we went on to beat Sampdoria by 3 goals to 0. Finally, we had found our groove back in the league. Samuel Lino, Beltran, and Lucas Mecha with the goals. Traveled to Celtic, where we beat them by 1 goal to 0. Ricardo Sotil with the only goal of the game. Dodo and Lucas Mecha picked up some knocks in that match, but they were okay after that one. As also in the next game, we were facing Torino at home. We beat them by 2 goals to 0. Lucas Beltran and Oscar Gluck, a completely rotated side. The Tit side was rotated a lot. We dominated and won against Torino, not an easy side. We then played Lazio away from home, a really, really good win. We beat them by 3 goals to 2, total dominance. Lucas Mecha scoring twice in the 46th and 79th minutes. Lucas Beltran also scoring one for us. Matteo Zaccagni and Daniel Cataldi also scored for us, and it was a great win for us. After the 3-2 win against Lazio, we traveled to Milan where we beat them by 2 goals to 1. Lucas Mecha with on the 2 goals. It was 1-1 by the 60th minute. Fikayo Tomori pulled one back for them with a nice header from a corner. Then we went and welcomed Celtic at home in the Champions League where we beat them by 6 goals to 2. This was a really impressive result for us. And as you can see here, we totally dominated this game. 20 shots, 9 on target. They had 17, 9 on target. They were also here, but they were never here. 64% possession, 36% possession. Dodo's scoring, they opened the scoring with Katavica. Dodo pulled one back. Sotil made it 2-1. Fran Beltran made it 3-1. Samuel Lino made it 4-1. Lucas Beltran made it 5-2 in the 86th minute. And Samuel Lino ended up scoring ended the scoring with in the 94th minute. A really dominant display from our players, beating Celtic by 6 goals to 2. It was a nice result. Came back, welcomed Empoli at home, beat them by 3 goals to 0. Mecha, Lino, and Castrovilli with the only goals of the game. Monza at home, away from home, 4 goals to 2. Lucas Beltran, Lucas Mecha scoring twice, Roland Mandragago scoring one for us back. Then we welcomed Borussia Dortmund at home in a game that could seal for us a spot in the Champions League quarterfinals and round of 16 knockout stages, and we beat them by 5 goals to 2. Lucas Mecha scoring 4 times in this game. Emmanuel Valeri with only that one goal. Karim Adeyemi pulling two back for them. I said I wouldn't watch anything, but it would just be nice to reminiscence again the 4 goals scored by Lucas Mecha in this match. Only game where we are watching the highlights, I believe. Dortmund went on to open the scoring with Karim Adeyemi. We knew that with that goal, it was going to be a little bit tough in the 8th minute and they were going to dominate us. But a little sweet maneuvering of the ball from the team, from Beltran, passing it through to Lucas Mecha, made it 1-1 in the 17th minute, and it was not over. It was just the beginning of total dominance. Elif Elmas to Castrovilli, Samuel Lini, Fran Beltran with another beautiful ball to Lucas Mecha. I love the signing of Flan Beltran that I have made, and I'm just going to discuss him in a bit. Dortmund also there gave away the ball again. Oscar Gluck with another ball through to Lucas Mecha. He made it 3-1. By that time, it was 4-1 in the 64th minute. Lucas Mecha giving it back to Fran Beltran. Valeri with a shot from outside the box, a very beautiful goal that was to make it 5-4-1. And just the same way we gave the ball away on the other side, we also gave the ball away on this side. Zalewski pulling it in, Adeyemi making it 2 for the day. But it was a little too late as Lukan Mecha capped off his wonderful performance with a fourth, Samuel Lino lofting it forward and Lucas Mecha getting in to slap it past the keeper and make it 5-2. Great performance that the Champions League that sealed us a spot because we really needed this win, because as you can see here, after beating Napoli by 2 goals to 1 at home, I got one over them from last season. Finally, revenge time. We beat them by 2 goals, but Victor Osimhen still continued scoring against us. Well, he doesn't stop, but we managed to beat them by 2 goals to 1. Real Madrid then showed us our place in the Champions League by beating us by 4 goals to 0. Kingsley Coman, by the way, playing for them with the opening goal of that game. A very good player. His value is 234 million. They signed him from Bayern for 74 million pounds. He already has 5 goals and 4 assists in 18 matches from wing position. So this is a really good signing from for Real Madrid. But 4 goals to 0 was a little bit too much, and we just had to face it. 4-0 against Real Madrid. They were at home. Bellingham scoring one for them, and also Rolando Mandragora scoring an own goal. In the Serie A, we came back, beat Benevento by 4 goals to 3. They are rock bottom in the table. As you can see, I played a completely rotated side against them with the likes of Beltran, Zola, Villalba, Gastrovilli was in the game, Manuel Valeri, Alessandro Zanoli was in the game, Golini was in goal. We still managed to scrape a win against them, 4 goals to 3. We totally dominated the game, but since I was playing a B side, well, we expected to concede a few because of not the solidity that the team has. In the league, we then traveled to Sassuolo, beat them by 3 goals to 0. Domenico Berardi was sent off in the 6th minute. In fact, this guy is a really good player. If you look at Berardi here, he's a good Serie A outfit. A player who has been in Sassuolo this time around for quite a while, quite performing really good. A 29-year-old midfielder, really good he is. But he was not particularly good in our game as he was sent off in the 6th minute, leaving us with a mammoth with a very clean chance. Elma scoring twice 2 minutes after Berardi was sent off, and in the 49th minute, Samuel Lino capping it up with a 3-0 win. After that one, we traveled to Roma, beat them by 4 goals to 1. Roma, who by the way are really struggling in the league. They are currently 10th. Their media prediction is 4th. As you can see, they have not really had a good season. They have won 8, drawn 5, and lost 6. This is not particularly their season. They are really struggling to find the performance. In that game, Lucas Mecha scoring a hat-trick, Samuel Lino with 1, and Genoa, we then beat them by 3 goals to 2. Lucas Mecha, Lino, and Sotil with the goals for us. It was not a really capital performance, not really good. Lucas Beltran pulling an injury in that one that made so him stay out for 2 weeks. Then in the recent run of forms, you remember when the season was starting, I was talking about these four games: Juventus, Inter, Napoli, and Atalanta, and Milan, as really tough games to follow each other. But we have managed to weather the storm in two games, so two of the five games so far, beating Juventus by 3 goals to 1 at home. Lucas Mecha with a single goal, Samuel Lino scoring twice, Federico Chiesa scoring one for them, beating Inter Milan by 4 goals to 0 at the San Siro. Wow, this was a really great performance. Mecha with a hat trick, Castrovilli with one, and it was just a great performance. That has been our latest game so far, and we are back for the Italian Cup third round against Verona. Have already faced them once in the league, that 1-0 win. They came to us when we were not at our best. Our players were still jaded from the long holidays, and we just managed to scrape a 1-0 win against them. This time round, they are coming against a team that has been really, really great form of beating Inter Milan by 4 goals to 0. And now we have had a few days to rest, and I have a strong team to face against this Verona side, and we are at home advantage again in the Italian Cup third round. I know the Italian Cup, I am more than capable of winning it, and we have great chance to do it, but I feel like I need to just cap it off, as Inter Milan have been knocked out by Cagliari in the Serie A have knocked out Inter Milan by 3 goals to 0 in the third round. It's quite funny and also quite impressive that all the teams in the third round are Serie A sides. I don't know what happened in the second round to the Serie C or Serie B sides. They were eliminated by all the Serie A sides. Even the Serie B sides were eliminated by all the Serie A sides that were in the competition. It's quite impressive. I would have loved for an underdog to be in this part of all of this, but it's just left for the Serie A teams, the top tier teams, the teams that can do it. Today we face Verona in the cup. We have, I can just call it that we have sealed the deal with the league. I don't expect to lose the league at this point. I mean, it will take a total of how many losses for Atalanta to catch up? 4 losses in a row for Atalanta to catch up, and for them to win, with them winning 3 in a row. And I just don't see that happening with the fixture that we have. I feel like the Napoli game away is quite a difficult one. Atalanta game away and Milan game away, those are hard ones. We also have Lazio at home. In Milan at home, Lazio at home. This, what was the game even thinking by giving me this run of games? After that, we also have PSG in the Champions League. I forgot to mention the PSG, a team where we loaned Danilo to, but he is back with the squad. They are 10 points clear at the top of the seed of the Ligue 1. They have lost no game. They are having a season of their lives. Mbappe still at the club with the database that I'm playing, being paid 925,000 per week. That's almost £1 million a week. Wow, that's the difference between that two, and that just tells you heading into this game there is a lot. We'll just see how things will go. But today we face Verona. That is the main story of the day. Verona, who are also not having a great season, but they are okay. They are in 13th on 22 points. They are okay. They have a lovely stadium, by the way. Macantino Bentogodi in Verona, Italy. They are a very huge stadium, 31,000 capacity. They are having a rocky season, but I feel like they can cause me trouble. So I'm not going to them like underdogs. I feel like the cup this time around will be something great to come back for. And also, if we manage to get that far, I think we may be coming back for the cup finals in the other episode. Good introduction, long introduction, the way it just always is. I mean, I'm recapping half a season. Half a season is quite a lot for me to recap. And I have also forgotten to mention, when I was doing the introduction, I was mentioning Lucas Mecha a lot in terms of the goals that he has scored. He is the leading Serie A top goal scorer with 21 goals in 25 in 18 appearances. Dusan Vlahovic is second with 12 goals. You can just see the difference. Ciro Immobile with 12. Last year's top goal scorer Victor Osimhen has only managed 11 this season. Oliver Giroud with 10. There has been a massive difference in terms of goal scorers. Lucas Mecha, having a season of his life, was not even among the goal scoring the people who were expected to be in the top scorers according to the analysis before the season started. Average ratings is the top three is dominated by my players. Lucas Mecha the top with 7.66, Dodo with 7.40. Actually, I've also signed a new contract with him. We had a lot of contract problems with the Dodo, almost fell out, but I'm happy to announce that he has signed a new long-term contract up to 2028. The only problem is that this might be my final season with him. Gaetano Castrovilli in third place with a rating of 7.38 in 12 appearances. Eli Felmas is fifth, only Theo Hernandez and Theo Hernandez, Sadas Azmoun, and Victor Osimhen are denying us just a sea of Fiorentina top ratings. But we have players there. Omar Sulet is there. Solet is there from centre back. Have Lucas Beltran putting up big numbers. Elif Elmas, also forgot to mention, is attracting a lot of interest as Liverpool are rumored to be eh, as Liverpool are rumored to want to activate the release clause. Borussia Dortmund are the other team that are interested. I already received an offer before from I already received an offer before from Tottenham, but I rejected that one. Well, Tottenham, you just know they love coming for my players. They already have one of my players. What's the problem with wanting all the players that they want? They are coming for. And also, Castonino Vasavuli, a 19-year-old, is joining Benevento on the first of at the end of this season. A player whom I don't know stated could improve a lot, decent young prospect, not really doing it for us this season. He has been on loan at Ternana, still on loan at there, but will be joining Benevento at the end of the season. Seems like they see some potential in him. Really good. I also have clauses for Nicolas Gonzalez. We have a 20% sell-on clause of the profit made on his next transfer will be owed. We can get 2.98 million from Arsenal if we sell this clause right now. Meaning if I were to want money, I will have sell this one and the money will be traded to my transfer budget for Nicolas Gonzalez. But what do I need money for? I mean, I have a good wage budget, 9 million transfer budget. My wage budget, I'm just spending very low, very minimally against it. Our finances, not that impressive. We have not made the best of profits so far. A lot of losses in the last months with club expenses, but at least we are still in the greens. After the introduction preparations for the Verona match, we have a pretty rotated side with us here. Terracciano, by the way, was back in goal after a long-term injury. As you can see, we have no players on the reserves. All that we had are on loan. Not the best of depths of squad, but it is a good depth squad that can help us. We have Parisi on the side replacing Emmanuel Valeri for this match. Martinez, Cota, and Solet maintain their positions. Our best two centre backs. Would have loved to bring on Mandragoga, but this side they are a good side. Initially also one change that I made that has brought a lot of success into the side was switching Martinez Cota to play as a no-nonsense centre back instead of a ball-playing defender. Playing with two ball-playing defenders, I felt like requires a team that has a lot of really good outfield players. But now with a nonsense centre back, we have managed to keep a lot of clean sheets. It has been helping us. Solet has had a really good season in his hands. He has been really impressive. An average rating of 7.28. He has helped us really a lot. And Zanoli on the other side, he replaces Dodo, whom is recommended to play this match. But I feel like after this game, we have the Napoli game, a really more important game. In the midfield, we have Lopez and Arthur. Lopez has actually not been receiving a lot of game time. Has started 17 games. That's a lot if you ask me. 10 are starting and 7 are from the bench. 17 from 19. It's quite impressive, but I think Gaetano Castrovilli has just been a better outfit than him. He has played 12 games, 9 starts, 3 from the bench, scored 3 goals, 4 assists, 2 play of the matches, 7.38 average rating, really impressing. Arthur is here for us again, also another player who has not started that much, started 6, 7 from the bench, an average rating of 6.89, not putting up the numbers like last season, but still a good outfit. He has not faded away, he's still good, he's still great for us. But for him, Fran Beltran has just been really immense, and I don't think he could have been jaded by him. Fran Beltran really performing. By the way, while checking these player skins, I've noticed that this season, they have been at Western Supermare in the Southern League Premier South for some reason. What were they doing here? I don't understand why my player tabs have this one as part of their history or the teams they have played for. Almost all the players in the squad, like as you can see, Fran Beltran has it, Nature has it, Western Superman. I don't know why he has this thing from there, this Southern Premier League team. If someone can explain to me, I would appreciate it. But that is the squad we are going with. Samuel Gluck maintains his position. Sotil comes in to replace Elif Elmas, who is also having a really good season for himself. 6 assists, 3 goals. Last season he had 1 goal, 4 assists in 16 appearances. In 15 appearances, he has already doubled that. 7.33 average rating, 10 goal contributions, 5 goal contributions last season. That's the doubling I'm talking about. It looks great. Samuel Lino up front alongside Lucas Mech. I would have loved to bring in Valenzola to replace Samuel Lino so that I can have Samuel Lino fit for the next game, because Samuel Lino has just been having a really good season so far. 9 goals in 17 games. Balanzola has been coming off the bench a lot. He has scored once only in 7 appearances he has made. You can just say I'm the one who has not been using him a lot, because Samuelino has just been good. If a player is good, you just give them that chance. Angolan, who is also really impressing. And now Lucas Mecha, the top scorer of the team, the player who is having a really immense season. Last season he scored 26 in 36, was not even in the top 3 of the top scorers. This season he already has 21 in 19. You expect him to be up there, maybe the 30 something goals, or maybe even 40 at this rate. If he continues at this rate, by the end of the season he may be at 42, 43 goals, because we have only played half the season so far and he has 21 goals. Really impressing out there. Today the game is officially against Hellas Verona, the Italian Cup third round. We started from here. I specifically came back to this episode just to have this game alone. It's quite impressive that I am here. I just want to see how things will be. Mbalanzola is aggressive. Let's see how his performance is. Not the best of attitudes to have before a game, and he also has quite the hair there. Well, we call it Chiara here. It looks quite beautiful. The stadium is not packed, as we can see. The turnout is a bit low. I mean, it's the Italian Cup third round. Everyone expects that to go through easily. The stands are almost empty. At least we have a few people who can pay us the fee to watch the game. It's quite impressive, as they are playing a 4-3-3 defensive mid narrow, and it is a pretty dominating formation if you ask me. Let's see how they will perform in this game. As we have our first highlight of the game, a ball crossed over to Parisi on the far side of the pitch. The goal comes back to Oscar Gluck, Maxim Lopez stringing passes one by one. Zanoli's cross, first time cross into the box. Lucas Mecha, it is saved. There is a call for a penalty, but it is not given. It is only a corner. That was a really good build-up performance from the lads. Maxim Lopez standing over that one, crosses it into the box. It is cleared. As far as Solet only, does the highlight end, or what do we have here? Zanoli still has it. The highlight is still on. Martinez got back to Arthur. Arthur to Sotil. Sotil hits the post. Those were two great chances before. Those were two great chances before the 20th minute. That means we are dominating this game. Lovely. And now we have a broken foot of potential lower leg injury. Ricardo Sotil is injured, and now I have to replace him. Well, I have the replacement, a really good replacement, particularly Elif Elmas coming in for Ricardo Sotil, but I don't know, man. This was really not impressive for us. I mean, I also have Fran Villalba. Apart from Elif Elmas, I could play Fran Villalba in that position, a player who can play anywhere on the wing. I would love to preserve Elmas' strength and maybe chances of an injury for the next game. What about bringing on Fran Villalba for this game? Maybe we'll talk about Elif Elmas, if Villalba will be fatigued and Elmas to just come for a few minutes. Arthur also has a yellow card, but this injury, I hope it's not really great. But we can do without him for a while, because I have quite the depth enough for that. It is almost the 30th minute. After the first two attempts, we have had 4 shots, 3 on target, and no real chance created actually. And I hope that we can do that soon, as Zanoli has picked up a second yellow card for the team, approaching halftime pretty fast, and there are no highlights in the game. Hellas Verona have weathered the storm so far, but is that about to change as Maxim Lopez's cross into the box is intercepted? Mbalenzola gives it to Solet, crosses one into Lucas Mecha. Is he onside is the question. He is onside, and Lucas Mecha has his 27th of the season. I feel like that was particularly close. Uh, if I could have a VR review telling us how close it is, it will be greater, because Asinzola receives the ball here, gives it to Solet. Lucas Mecha was drifting in behind the defense, just turns, volleys it into the bottom corner, and it felt offside to me initially, but the goal stands. They have weathered the storm, but we have gone 1-0 up by the time we are going for halftime, and I feel like it is great that we have done so, because going into halftime nil-nil will really make the halftime talk really hard for us. Everyone still needs to put in a great performance in the second half. I hope the assistant manager recommendation talk can give us the sense in that, and also give the players a little bit of jeopardy and strength to go strong for this second half match. Well, it seems like with 20 minutes to go, my players do not want to play at all now. I think it's time I made a few changes here and there to just see us off. I'm going to bring on Dodo to finish up this match, remove that yellow card risk that we have. Bring on Samuelino from Valenzola, who has had a really dismal performance. As you can see from the average ratings, we are just want to see the players that we are doing away with. Parisi not having a really good game. He's having a good game, but he is fatigued a little bit as of now. Bring on Valeri for him. And for Arthur, I'm going to bring on Fran Beltran to finish up the game and see how things will be. I think with that I've used 5 substitutes. Yeah, done all my substitutions. 20 minutes to go. I hope I don't get a second injury from this, because with that I'll have to play with the 10 men. We have had 10 shots, 5 on target. They've had 6, 1 on target. I feel like I'm just going to encourage them to help them see off this game, because the way they're doing things, it's not impressing. We need a second goal. So we have a highlight. It is Hellas Verona's. They are in our box, but Oscar Gluck does well to intercept that one. Fran Beltran gives it back to Gluck. Corta, we are building from the back. Sole gives it to Maxim Lopez. Crosses one across, gives it to Dodo. Dodo driving forward really fast. It is intercepted. Fran Beltran still has it. Oscar Gluck gives it to Villalba. That was a nice through ball. Villalba with the goal, but there is a VR check. There is a VR check from the linesman suggesting Villalba was offside, and yeah, seems like he was right. Fernand Villalba, that was a chance to score his first goal for the team. Wow, that was really close. That one should also left it for him. Well, at least we are showing that we are still capable. Villalba's goal disallowed for offside. Valeri has received a yellow card in the dying minutes of the game. The minutes are going by. The minutes are really going by fast. Solet has had a really good game. Martinez Cota is here. Dodo with a throw in, maybe a second before we 2-0 will be great. 1-0 against Verona. It feels so. Fran Beltran gives it to Corta, gives it to Oscar Gluck, crosses one looking for Dodo. He has chances, he has options in the box, decides to turn. It is intercepted, and now Dog can launch a really great counter attack for Hellas Verona, and that's what they are going to do. As the ball, Hellas Verona just take the ball from one end to the other. They had a chance to pull one back in the 88th minute, but they don't. That was a really quick break. One of the quickest breaks I've ever seen in Football Manager. Maxim Lopez to Samuelino, out to Villalba. Villalba just turning in there and turning out, gives it to Valeri. Manuel Valeri trying to find that space with a yellow card, finds his place into the box. There is a tackle, not a penalty, but now Verona maybe again with another chance to have a fast break, but this time around Martinez Cota is there to capitalize. Verona really knocking this ball forward, aren't they? They have it again, another cross into the box. It is intercepted, goes all the way back to Terracciano in goal. This highlight has been quite long. Still don't understand where it is headed. To Terracciano's ball forward. Lucas Mecha to Oscar Gluck. Back to Lucas Mecha. Mecha so Ryan of Lino, and Samuel Lino, I think, has just put the dagger in the hearts of Verona fans. Well, Samuel Lino had to score, didn't he? I feel like that guy just has been having a really good game himself. Valenzola, I don't know. He has just been denied his chance to find his space. I think playing in the big stages is not for him. He played for Spezia last season, scored a couple of goals, but for us he has just not had it. And now it is going to come to full time. We are going to beat Verona by 2 goals to nil. Really dominant performance. Villalba's goal denied. Sotels with an injury. I would love to see what type of injury it is. We have had 15 shots, 8 on target. They have had 7, 1 on target. 69% possession. They have had 31%. We are through to the Italian Cup quarterfinals. That is something great to see. The dressing room just going to tell them nice work. That was a good win. Lovely things. Delighted to see that we can actually perform great with this squad. A couple of teams are through. Genoa have knocked out Napoli. Wow. Cagliari knocked out Inter Milan. Genoa knocked out Napoli. Two really huge disappointments. As in the quarterfinals now, we have Cagliari, Genoa, Juventus, I myself, Lazio, and Atalanta. I mean, all the teams that we are left with, I am better than them. If we don't win this thing, I will hate myself. Well, actually, we just have to see the draw, what the draw will award us with, and after that, we will know where our stance is in the quarterfinals. Til's injury is just a tight calf. He will be out for 1 to 2 days. Great. It's not a really huge injury. That one is good. We have been drawn against Genoa. Wow. Now, if I don't win this one, it will be really hard for me to explain uh, what made me not win this whole thing. Because of the game, has been scheduled uh, for the 13th of next month. That is after I've weathered the storm of Napoli, Atalanta, AC Milan, and Lazio. After then we will have the Genoa game, the Cup, Bologna, and then before we begin the Champions League phases. Well, I could say it has been quite great. It's hard for us to say that about other games. The quarterfinals has been drawn. We are going to play Genoa, of which in the semi-final we may face Atalanta or Cagliari. Okay. So there is no Lazio or Juventus before the finals. This could be setting us up for a really humongous final for maybe against Juventus. I feel like Juventus are the team that are more than capable of getting there. Imagine Sassuolo in the finals, or Lazio, or Spezia. Wow. That one will be great. I would have eliminated them. I would seriously put goals past them, but Matteo Retegui for Genoa seems to be scoring a lot, so Genoa are also not a team to be taken lightly. Remember, all the teams that are remaining are Serie A sides, and it's quite difficult to know what will happen. We are still in all of the competitions. The league, I am really toppling it. The Champions League, I don't think I will be able to do it with these guys so far. But it will by that this time I know it is a bit early. The season is still a way off, but it will be nice to check some great teams that have a little bit of job securities that are out of the weather, or job securities that are insecure. And as I can see from the list, Liverpool have a stable. It is stable. I thought it was insecure. Well, still no team has popped up that might interest me. We have Valencia in the Serie A with an insecure job. What's their position currently? 12th, and I don't think they're also having a really good season, are they? No, they are not. Valencia are not. That will be a really not be a really good team for me to go to if I manage to do everything this season. Villarreal and Crystal Palace are the only teams that have no current hot jobs that I can apply for, and there is not a really good team that has an insecure position. That we will see at the end of the season. Maybe Tottenham are here. It is table only. Uh, mm, yeah, it is hard. The ones that are secure, the big teams have really secure jobs. The big managers are doing it well. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next episode. We have done well in the Italian Cup, round 3. We are headed to the quarterfinals, and believe me, I feel like when we come back we will be having the finals of the Italian Cup, because the draw that we have made sees us with a very light road towards the finals, that if we don't get there it will be really unimpressive for us. So we'll see how things will be. Thanks so much, guys, for watching this episode. Hope you have enjoyed. If you are enjoying the series so far, we are weathering down Italy one by one. The league for me, I feel, is done. We have the cup to win, and then we can just secure ourselves a road out of this place. And I would have won 3 trophies with Fiorentina that I will be capable of. Maybe we can cause an upset in the Champions League, you never know. But the Champions League, I feel, is just a distance too off, so I won't be really putting that to mind. Maybe the Champions League once I get a job in a better club, but this season I feel like I have to achieve the 2 goals that I have in mind to set me up for a move next season. Thanks so much, guys, for watching this episode. Hope to see you in the next one. Hope you have enjoyed, and if you have, check the video on the screen. There is a video on screen right now for you to watch. Go and watch that one and enjoy the episodes that we are creating.